So what really happened at Coachella? Let's break it down. Everyone was buzzing on overpriced lemonade and bass from the Sahara tent that rattled the ground. The VIP section looked like an Instagram Explore page, filled with selfies, soft launches, and those suspiciously perfect, well-lit candids. That's when Selena Gomez showed up. Slick bun, hoops on, glowing like she knew exactly who was watching. She wasn't doing anything dramatic, but somehow the whole section leaned in. Conversations stopped. Even the security guards tilted their heads. And just a few feet away, Justin Bieber, hoodie up, sipping something that probably was coconut water, but felt like it meant something more. The second he saw her, his face cracked into this massive, uncontrollable smile. It wasn't polite, it wasn't casual. It was that kind of smile that makes people drop their phones mid-scroll, the kind that screams, "This is not fine. I am not fine." It wasn't just any look. It was the Jelena smile, the one we haven't seen since 2013, back when Tumblr was still alive and everything felt electric. The fanfic economy kicked into full gear. Fancams caught the moment from 3 different angles. TikTok slowed it down, added sparkles, and turned it into a cinematic event. Twitter? It exploded. Jelena was trending all over again. And Selena? She just kept walking. Calm, collected, not even a blink out of place. She gave the world an effortless, "I know you saw that" smirk and moved on like a true main character. The internet's verdict? This wasn't closure. And let's be real. That Coachella smile wasn't just a random moment. It felt like a sequel teaser. The kind of scene that drops before the actual trailer and sends fans into complete chaos. But if Justin's grin was the teaser, then Selena's recent music has been the extended universe. Because when it comes to turning heartbreak and shade into chart-topping art, no one does it like Selena Gomez. Her collab with Benny Blanco wasn't just another project. It was a sonic diary. And the wildest part? She left the key on Justin's porch, tied with a ribbon of glittering sarcasm. She didn't drop his name, but every single track practically whispered it loud enough. Especially "I Said I Love You First." That one hit, like a gut punch. It sounds like it was written at 2 a.m. with a cracked phone screen, a bottle of tears, and a number long blocked. Heartbreak piano? Check. Ghost of Justin lyrics? Double check. Fans picked it up instantly? This wasn't vague. This was Selena watching her ex marry someone else, then turning that pain into a Grammy-worthy masterpiece.
It's talking about like a person maybe that she's dated that now they're only dating younger and hotter people than her.
Selena's lyrics feel like she's still holding on to the proof of that past relationship. Lines like, "You moved on before I even got to miss you" hit harder when you think about that Coachella smile. Maybe Justin couldn't stop grinning, but Selena had already written the soundtrack for Goodbye. The public hasn't really moved on either. Half the internet still treats Selena and Justin like star-crossed lovers from a YA novel that got canceled halfway through. The other half just watches for the drama, the edits, and all the endless conspiracy theories that keep TikTok buzzing and therapists busy. But let's be real, Selena and Justin weren't just another celebrity couple. They were the blueprint for messy love in the digital age. Their story showed the world how complicated and raw love can be when it plays out online. Their relationship basically raised a whole generation on confusion and chaos. Was it iconic? Absolutely. Was it stable? Only if you count emotional whiplash. As a love language, their timeline could be its own Netflix documentary. One day, they're cuddling at awards shows. The next, he's spotted with Hailey. Then back with Selena. Then Hailey again. It wasn't just a breakup cycle. It was a romantic carousel, and no one knew when to get off. Here's where it gets spicy. Legend says just before Justin officially married Hailey, he may have launched a last-minute texting spree. According to fan detectives and a pile of lyrical receipts, Justin reportedly reached out to Selena multiple times before tying the knot. Not one text, not 5, 23. Yes, 23 texts. That's not a love note. That's a digital cry for help. And that brings us right back to the music. Selena didn't respond with tweets. She turned to ballads as her weapon. In Ring, she basically says, "He texted me 23 times in one night." 23? That's not sweet. That's the kind of texting that could make your phone overheat. Then there's "You Said You Were Sorry." That wasn't just a song. It felt like a full therapy session, complete with haunting background vocals.
because it's a dream I had. Maybe you feel like you didn't get that one opportunity to hear just those words. And I thought I needed that for a long time.
And Selena's song, How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten, wasn't subtle. It was a full emotional strike. That title alone should have made Justin hide behind his hoodie and sunglasses. But here's the smart part. Selena never says his name. No tags, no proof, just enough clues to make the internet go wild. Every time she drops a song, fans dig through timelines, break down lyrics, and write whole essays about who she's talking about. Meanwhile, Justin is probably humming Sorry to himself, wondering if it still hits or if Selena just closed the book on their story. Because according to her music, she definitely did. It's lyrical drama at its best, a mix of heartbreak and power, proving Selena controls the story without ever needing to say a word directly.
I don't need that to validate me. I don't need that for me to move on. That's okay that I never got one. I want to be able to say, that was enough. In my head, that was enough, and I'm grateful, and I love what I have now.
Let's not pretend Justin is untouched by this whole mess. Since Selena, his actions have been anything but steady. One minute, he's vibing to gospel music like he's ready to lead a Sunday service. The next, he's live on Instagram looking like he just faced all his regrets at once. It's been a wild spiritual roller coaster with highs and lows, showing he's far from immune. Justin's Instagram story suddenly went deep. Black backgrounds, vague Bible verses, and captions like, God gives his toughest battles to his saddest Canadian pop stars. Then came that moment with the paparazzi, but Justin isn't only showing sass. He's also showing real worry beneath it all, mixing attitude with unexpected concern. Justin's front row seat at Coachella wasn't just for music. It was a reminder of his past, his regrets, and his biggest what-ifs. Fans have noticed he's been acting strange on live streams. And honestly, someone needs to check on Hailey. Because things must be tense at home, especially since Justin's been stuck on repeat, playing his Spotify Wrapped Rare nonstop. Just a few feet away, Selena stood glowing, like she'd won the breakup again, reminding everyone why she once inspired a whole generation to believe in toxic soulmates. But here's the twist. This wasn't their first run-in since the breakup. Word is they've been casually texting. And by casual, we mean those accidental late-night messages sent at 2 a.m. while your spouse sleeps and emotions run wild. The energy is real, and this complicated history keeps the internet buzzing. The timing feels suspicious because just before Coachella, Justin canceled several appearances officially for health reasons. But fans think it's more like emotional, whiplash, especially when he shows up looking like he's been listening to The One That Got Away on repeat. Journaling in lowercase, lost in thought. It gets even deeper. A clip from an old Selena interview from 2018 resurfaced, where she said, "I've loved deeply and I don't regret it." Fans quickly connected the dots, because